Wait, did you know that on the world's highest mountain the real danger begins after you think you've already won? Yep. On Mount Everest, the summit is only half the story, the other half lives in a place shocking enough to make you go, wait, what? Hey folks, I'm your mountain-minded storyteller, and today I'm dragging you up to an altitude where the air is so thin your body basically trades in its superpowers for survival mode. We're going high. Really high. We're going into the infamous death zone on Everest, and trust me, things get wild. Climb along with me. Make your backpack smaller in your mind. Strap on the oxygen mask of curiosity. Because once you cross the 8,000-meter mark, that's about 26,200 feet, the game changes. You start at base camp, feeling the excitement. The snow glitters, the views drop your jaw. But with every step higher you go, the air gets thinner. Not a little thinner. About 1/3 of the sea level oxygen is what you get in the death zone. Short puffing breaths. Heart racing. The weather shifts fast. Your fingers begin to lose sensation from the cold. You're not just climbing a mountain, you're climbing the fallback zone of human physiology. You cross above 8,000 meters, boom. Welcome to the death zone. The label is dramatic, and for good reason. Your body is now playing a version of "How long can I hold out?" with the mountain. Here's a roadmap of the dangers. Low oxygen. Your organs, especially your brain, start getting robbed of what they need to function properly. Confusion, slowed reactions, memory blanks. Cold plus wind plus exposure. The temperatures drop below 20 degrees Celsius, sometimes way lower with wind chill. Frostbite isn't a threat in minutes. It's already a problem. Body breakdown. Your muscles tire faster. Your heart is working overtime. Breathing is laborious. The risk of things like high-altitude pulmonary edema and cerebral edema rises. Imagine you're running a treadmill up a steep hill, while breathing through a tiny straw, and your body just hates you. That's kind of how it feels. Here's where it gets really chilling. Because of the extreme conditions, most climbers who die on Everest do so during the descent, when their body is already exhausted, and their judgment fuzzy. And the landscape. Full of haunting sights, frozen bodies that can't be brought down because the mountain is just too dangerous. One moment you're celebrating triumph, the next you're fighting to stay upright, to think straight, to find the next step, and your brain might whisper, "Just stop." But you can't. Not yet. In the death zone, every decision counts. Stay too long and your body starts to betray you. Oxygen tanks run low. Mistakes get magnified. Here are some big ones. Knowing when to turn back. Too many climbers push on because they're so close to the top. But the real summit may be behind you if you don't descend safely. Speed matters. The less time you're exposed, the better your survival odds. Stay too long above 8,000 meters and you're gambling with your life. Accepting the bottles of oxygen and all the gear don't make you invincible. They just give you a fighting chance. Here's something wild. Your brain, starved of oxygen, can betray you. You might feel fine. Then boom, a hallucination. A lapse in judgment. A slip. It's like your body is playing a prank and your mind is the punchline. The air is so thin that the moment you cross that line, you're slowly suffocating to death. Also, large parts of your body just shut down to prioritize what's essential. Digestion, fine muscle control, less important now. The mountain takes everything you've got and more. Okay, quick, no way, moment. Many bodies of climbers remain on Everest. They can't be retrieved because it's too dangerous. That's right. On the mountain slopes, some make the ultimate sacrifice and their bodies become part of the terrain. And mostly, the deaths. Not because of monsters or avalanches. Because of cumulative breakdown, altitude, fatigue, low oxygen, bad decisions. Stat: the recommended maximum time to stay in the death zone without catastrophic risk. Roughly 16-20 hours. Here's the twist. Despite all this danger, people still climb. Because there's joy, or beauty. The summit photo. The bragging rights. The human spirit, I did it. But for a moment, as you stand up there, you're not just posing for a picture, you're living in the narrowest margin between, we made it, and, we might not. And that's what makes the story so enthralling, so raw, so alive. So next time you scroll through that epic photo of Everest, remember, the real story was written in the thin air after the summit. In a zone where every breath, every step, every decision becomes a battle. But wait, there's more. Tomorrow I'll tell you what it's like to live through the death zone. What it feels like in your lungs, your bones, your brain when you're digging out of that place. Are you ready for that ride? Hit subscribe, and we'll climb again, together.